Hello, we are back, guys, and a warm welcome for myself, Lockie. Lockie? Oh, God, I don't want to be Lockie. Myself, Liam, and my dynamic duo, Brett and Lockie.
Hello.
What a way to start a live.
I know.
To the god of football.
Uh,
What a
live
helmet.
live again for another edition of our Super Subject podcast, second live, so we're looking forward to it. First one was quite a good one, so the season's over, as we know. Champions League is around the corner, and the Euros is on the horizon.
Yes.
First of all, big up to Mr. Sergio Aguero. 10 years of goals, brilliance, and probably the most memorable moment in football, Premier League history. Not football history, but I'd put it close in football history.
I'm surprised you're saying that because I keep seeing people saying about Thomas from Arsenal when they beat Liverpool.
But not in my era.
No. Aguero! We love that moment.
Big up to West Ham with their European qualification. Can only imagine what European football feels like.
You're going to do a special shout out to Tottenham for their European qualification.
Also, my last big up goes to UEFA for giving the boys tickets to go to Wembley.
Yes.
We're going to Wembley.
We're going to Wembley.
I had a feeling you were going to announce that on here.
Yes, I'm loving that.
Yeah. It's gonna be Sunday, 13th, Wembley.
Well, I'm just going to get my phone out on www.nationalrail.com for tickets to London.
Southeastern.
All we do is single or return tickets.
Open-ended.
Open return.
Yeah.
Did you know, Brett?
No.
I had a feeling.
So I actually found out on Monday, so it's been fucking difficult.
Did you?
Yeah.
If you had told me, I would be running around Lincoln, so I'll steam it.
So being at the hospital wasn't live, but it was just a general checkup. Also, I wanted to tell you boys in person to get like a proper reaction, but obviously we couldn't sort of get together with work and stuff and Lucky being away. So I spoke to Jay and I said, well, fuck it, we'll just wait.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Love it.
But yeah, we are one of the lucky few to be going. England, Croatia, 2 p.m, 13th of June, first group game. Let's go.
Come on.
Have you told David?
Yeah, David. I told David quite early. I told David on Monday because obviously I could tell him.
Love it.
He's going to have a bit of a tout around Wembley because he's been there a few times that we can go to, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But guys, so we will be going to Wembley. Super Subjects will be making an appearance, and I'm sure we'll be getting you guys along to follow us and come along on our journey. But I know us three are definitely very happy to have the opportunity to go because I know a lot of people have missed out and do feel sorry for those people. But we're going.
What a way to start the show.
Sorry?
What a way to start the show.
Yeah, I'm glad I waited, but it was difficult because Lucky and fuck up about it. No, I said to you yesterday, oh, you wait for just waiting on capacity government guide. That's just load bullshit. That's just load bullshit. Sorry, mate, but yeah,
No, it's good. Let's go.
Get the face paint out. Right.
Anyway, we'll start the podcast, of course. End of the season has finished. Obviously, a few games to go. But we're just, I think, just going to round up the season, really. Just rattle off from top to bottom. Give our views. If anyone's involved, please drop a comment. We will definitely pick it up. Our man Lockie is on that. We'll start our relegation. Don't know how you boys feel, but I think sort of the worst. We probably went down in the end.
Yeah.
There's only one point where we thought Fulham might get out of it, and then they just went to absolute pot.
Yeah.
So Sheffield United. I think the writing was on the wall even before the season started. Really, I know they had a good season last season, but they didn't end it that well, and they didn't strengthen apart from Brewster. if you call that strengthening. I don't think I do, but they were just found out, weren't they?
Mm.
You think the amount of money that man's gone for, and what has he actually done?
Sat on the bench.
Just in general, I mean, his whole career, really.
But he's really young, though, isn't he? He was good in the Championship for Swansea, but it's a
Yeah.
different kettle of fish. He'll probably do well next season.
He'll score goals next season.
Yeah.
Whether they'll come
Unless
back
they
up,
try and get rid of him.
yeah, I'm not sure.
But who will have him after what's happened this season? I don't think many Premier League teams will be looking at him.
I'm not sure they'll bounce back up as quickly. They've got a good, solid team, but not Premiership quality.
I also
mean,
think that
Fulham, I know Fulham are going to probably struggle because they've got half of their team that are on loan and not coming back. I think they're keeping Lookman, aren't they? I think they brought Lookman, so he'll probably smash it next year. Big Sam's not staying, is he? Big Sam's not staying.
no, he was never going to.
They all had West Brom had a bit of a spell, didn't they? They got that result against Chelsea.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, Brighton was on the wall for most of them. Fulham.
They got spanked by the Super League, though, didn't they? Even Calvin Phillips scored a goal, his first Premier League goal.
Yeah,
it was
there
shocking.
Quite a few goals this weekend. The final day was quite entertaining, even though relegation was done and dusted, which was a shame.
Yeah, I couldn't even watch it.
No, I saw just Jeff really. Wasn't really interested. I watched first half Arsenal and Jeff.
Yeah, I caught a bit of Jeff at the end, but
so yeah. I'm not sure who's next in the table.
Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton, Newcastle, yeah, pretty much.
Brighton finished 12. Newcastle finished 12. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they jumped right up the table.
Oh, Saints are down there, aren't they, actually?
Saints,
Yeah, I think they might struggle next season.
So yeah, Brighton, as we've touched on, they always play good football, but just never seen they haven't really got a massive goal scorer, have they? They always keep trying, but wherever Graham Potter goes, you might sort of see the opportunity to move on.
See, this is the thing. So everyone's been bigging up Graham Potter, linking him with these jobs. Would you two boys not say that they've underachieved this year?
Yeah, they shouldn't be fighting for relegation, but if you look at the squad, would you then argue they should be?
I don't think underachieved. They maybe could have finished a few places higher, but I'd expect them to be bottom half.
Yeah, that's true.
Just maybe about 13th, 12th,
Yeah.
maybe like, at a push.
Yeah.
But how far were they off that? There's loads of them on those in those positions. They're not that many points in between them. I don't think.
No, I think I saw on the TV going into the last day, Newcastle could have finished 17th or 12th or something. So
Yeah.
This whole season as a whole has been pretty just wild, really, considering that Liverpool only finished pretty much the same amount of points last year as they did as City finished before them last year. So I mean, so in terms of like, you'd probably say Liverpool had a bad season compared to their title defence. And Arsenal only finished not very far off the top 4, top 6. So I mean, and we've been bad. The whole season as a whole has been pretty messy, and anyone could have finished anywhere. They just put a bit of form together. So yeah, as Lockie said, like if they'd have finished
Recording in progress.
if they'd have finished the same place as Newcastle, like 12th, 13th, they'd probably see that as normal. With Saints, you think they struggle? We say.
I think they might next season. I mean, they started really well and it just went downhill. It depends if they can keep hold of like Ings. Surely some clubs are going to be looking at Ward-Prowse as well.
you would hope so.
He won't be. I can't see him leaving.
No, he might not. But like, if there's a good offer there from like a team like West Ham
Yeah,
or even Everton or
yeah, I don't know.
anyone like that, you don't know, do you?
Is it? Yeah, Ings got what, a year left now? A year left.
He'll stay, I think. He didn't have a great season, did he?
No, how old is he?
He's almost 30, isn't he? I don't know. Sure.
He got knocked out of the England picture this season because he would have been at the start of the season. He probably was the backup to Harry Kane, wouldn't he? For England,
Yeah.
and now he's not even in the picture.
I probably would have taken. I'm not against Watkins going. Neither am I against Bamford going. Well, I hate to say it. Ings would have probably been my choice just for pure experience, like in footballing terms. but that's up to Southgate, isn't it? Are they going to get much minutes? Not very likely.
I'm not even sure Watkins will go, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's
But
another
then-
topic for later.
Like Liam said, if for me, if it's a choice between Ings and Watkins, I choose Ings all day long. I know Watkins works hard in that, but I prefer Ings.
Yeah, he's just such a good finisher for me. Like you can always rely on him, and his movement is pretty good. I'm not denying that Watkins hasn't sort of outshone himself and done really well this year, but I just prefer to take a bit more experience. But let's wait and see. Like I say, we might even only be taking 2, and I'd much prefer maybe to be taking 2 if it fits everyone else in.
I'd be taking 2 and Greenwood as the third.
I'm 50-50 on Greenwood, to be honest.
Greenwood's better than Ollie Watkins.
They're different type of players for me.
Yeah, but he can use both feet,
If
get the goals.
if Greenwood plays down the middle, which we haven't seen, then that's when we'll see it. But because we haven't seen it, I think it's difficult to sort of say.
I'll definitely take him though, because he's ended the season well. So
Yeah.
then I would have had Lord Bamps over them all, 4th highest goal scorer of the season. Don't even get in 33 squad. I think you could have had 99 players in that squad, and he still wouldn't have got in.
Maybe.
Going back to the teams who we think will struggle next season, that kind of brings us on to Crystal Palace.
It depends what they do in the summer and what manager they get in.
Well, Lampard's turned it down, didn't he?
Is he?
Well, I wouldn't want Lampard at my club anyway if I was a Crystal Palace fan.
Well, he said it's such a big rebuild job, and apparently he fears them getting into a relegation zone. But surely that's his job to kind of stop that from happening.
Basically, he's a bottle job then.
Basically, he's looking after his reputation.
What reputation? He got sacked from Chelsea not very long after he got the job.
Everyone gets sacked from Chelsea not long after they get the job.
Yeah, but what reputation is he? He didn't get promoted with Derby. I know he did all right with them, but that was only the championship.
It was
Why
way
don't
too early.
Why don't you test yourself?
It was way too early, let's be honest. Right.
Well, and he's not going to get a much better job than Crystal Palace, is he?
No, that's where he should be aiming for. If he's not going
Yeah,
to try
like
and
if he
take,
proved himself there to be decent, then aim
Maybe.
higher. But
if he's not interested in taking the Celtic job, then I'm sorry, but you have to take mid-table Premier League.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it depends what they do. I mean, I think Zaha's made his voice clear again that maybe I could go to a better team. Like every year, just make your fucking mind up.
Like he said, he does it every year.
Yeah.
he could go to a better team, but he probably won't.
Yeah. I think he probably liked being the Mr. Big Head at being a bee's knees at Palace, maybe. But I mean, that's
Yeah, but Eze's
probably
quality as well. Like,
yeah.
I was just about to say he's not even been their best player this season.
Yeah.
no, I don't think
Yeah.
so.
He's injured though, isn't he? Got injured for done his
Isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to be out for a while.
Because I saw a thing today that he turned on his phone, and before his injury, he got a message saying that the FA were considering him for the squad.
Oh dear.
So,
No, that's not good. Poor fella.
bit of a shit at that.
But what about if they get Sean Dyche? Because I've read that. Is that in the pipeline or not?
Possibly.
Because
Well,
he'll keep them up, and then Burnley will struggle.
Then Burnley struggled.
Burnley will struggle if that happens, yeah. Which again, I think they actually finished 17th, didn't they, Burnley, I think. And then it was Brighton.
No,
I think-
Brighton did.
How was it?
We needed Brighton to beat Arsenal to finish above Arsenal, so I could celebrate this week.
Mm.
But it didn't happen.
Yeah, I think Palace will just have a bang every season. They might sell Zaha, but then they'll spend that. They won't lose many, but they've got a lot of players out of contract, haven't they?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Benteke came into film a little bit again, didn't he?
yeah, fair play to the guy. Fair play.
Yeah, Burnley only know one way of playing, and that's Sean Dyche's way of playing. So if he goes, I dread to think what's going to happen.
Be a tough job for anyone.
Yeah. And they've sort of outstayed their welcome a little bit as well, haven't they?
I think so.
So
Right, in the
maybe
Premier
that's a
League.
little way to look next season if he goes.
Okay. So yeah, next is Wolves in 13th, Newcastle in 12th. I mean, Wolves had a bad season for the obvious reasons, but
Yeah, it'll be
can't-
interesting to see what they do next year.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you who has had a good season without actually playing, and that's Jimenez.
Oh yeah, it's just showing how much they.
Showing how important he is to Wolves.
Yeah, he is. They need to keep hold of him.
I
Well, I
don't
think he
think
will.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they will as well. But if they don't, then they'd be in trouble because the other strikers they brought in, they
I know.
haven't looked great yet. I think they're more
Um,
potential, though, aren't they? Jimenez is now, and they're like the future.
yeah.
I see that Neves is available apparently.
Don't know the
Is he?
truth in that, but he's alright. I wouldn't necessarily think he's any better than Wolves currently.
No,
They've got enough about them to probably not fear relegation next season, I think, but they're not like they were when they come up to the Prem, are they?
Yeah, I can't see him being as established as they were. They're going to struggle to get a new manager and pick up that form again.
I
I
mean,
think,
he's
to be honest, if you look at the final table, the teams in the bottom half, you probably expect them to be in the bottom half, maybe swap Wolves or Villa with Leeds,
Yeah,
and maybe West Ham. You might have expected bottom half start of the season, but the table speaks for itself this season, I think.
I was just about to say, is this really where Wolves should be aiming every season? Really, just to
Yeah.
stay in the league?
It's difficult because they've had Europe, haven't they? So
Yeah,
when you've had Europe, then do you start aiming for mid-table anyway, or do you try and aim for Europe again? It's one of them, isn't it?
it's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Newcastle actually had a fairly good season, let's be honest.
I
Well,
think so.
it didn't look like it until the last sort of 10 games. And then they were quality. They only lost once, didn't they, to Man City in the last 10 games or something?
I mean, but I've been asked by a certain Spurs fan to ask you if Joe Willock should be in the England squad over Bukayo Saka.
No, no,
That was my reaction also.
no.
I don't think Joe Willock is ever going to produce that type of form ever again in his career. No offense. I hope he does. I hope he does. Joe, if you're listening, please do. But I don't think he's going to.
He was quality.
He's proved his worth, and he's proved he's a Premier League player, no without that doubt.
100%.
Bit of a loaded question, but yeah.
From an Arsenal point of view, now is a great time to sell him.
Yeah, you can't deny that. Yeah, we have to sell him. He doesn't. He wants the first team football, which we can't particularly give him.
No,
And that's fine. But as a business, or I hate to look at football as a business, it is, and the current state of our club, we need to think about it as a business.
Mhm.
The money is there. So yeah. I just don't know how long sort of the likes of Sir Maximan and Wilson will sort of continue to maybe think that maybe Sir Maximan more than anyone that they're probably bigger than Newcastle. I mean, I think Callum Wilson obviously sort of getting on slightly towards his towards his 30s, isn't he? So he'll probably be happy to stay at Newcastle, but I don't know, Sir Maximan might sort of think differently in the next few years. Because I think he's quality. I think he just changes.
We've been linked with him, but I don't think we'll go for him.
I think it'll just cost a bit too much. I think they need to be relegated before anyone buys him, or unless he pushes it.
I think Bruce has done a really good job this year because I think the fans are constantly on his back because they don't like him.
Yeah, the man took a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
They overachieved 12, I think.
I think so. And you've got to look at the owner that he's working under isn't exactly the most supportive either, is he? So
no.
I think Newcastle have had an incredibly good season, as good as they could probably imagine, if I'm honest.
As a football fan, you just rather that saga would just end, I think, because I'm fed up of hearing about it.
Yeah.
It's been going on for the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's every summer when a transfer window comes around, just gives him an excuse not to spend some money.
Yeah, but he did spend loads on Joel Linton, who now is probably worth 400k.
Well, he's going up.
Yeah, he done all right in a couple of games, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's got to give him a bit of credit. Maybe next season he'll be worth 500k. We'll see.
Maybe. So after sort of Villa having quite a good start, they ended up in 11th, didn't they?
It just shows they're a one-man band, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, probably agree.
But he won't go. He'll stay there, I reckon.
I don't think anyone can buy him at the minute.
No.
Until he wants to leave, which after the season I don't think he will. But they've had some good performances. Like, I've been impressed with. McGinn's been solid. Like, Constant's been good.
Yeah.
Target's played every minute, I think I saw. Even Agazi chipped in with more goals than I think Werner has. So
Martinez is quality.
Martinez.
excuse me. Yeah, Martinez has probably been sort of one of the signs of the season. Started off
Yeah.
really well, and then obviously, but he's constantly keeping them in games. But I sort of wonder again where they'll sort of try and spend their money. And they probably could do a few more goals, but again, they just need to strengthen everywhere. Maybe middle of the park a bit more. But
Maybe out wide.
yeah, again, sort of the same sort of position next year, bar catastrophe like sort of Southampton does, or bar a miracle like West Ham does. Like, they'll probably finish about the same, between sort of 10th and 13th. You'd probably expect.
At the start of the season, I think Villa would have taken 11th, but then from the start that they had, the drop off that they've had, I think they might be
disappointed. Yeah, I think I heard Dean Smith say a few months ago that obviously we were very happy, but we're disappointed because of that reason. But we're not complaining. Not complaining at all. We're going to get him some decent revenue and bring in some more players.
On to your mob then, Lockie, innit?
No.
Who we got
Not
next?
having that. Everton are next.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Super Everton, the Toffees.
Another clap.
Yeah,
after being
forever in our
title
shadow.
contenders.
Forever.
I think it was only goal difference, but we'll take it.
They
They had a right collapse, didn't they? They were like, you didn't know what you were getting with them.
They were touted to be obviously up there and qualifying for Europe, but
They fell right away, right at the end.
Yeah.
They even lost to Sheffield United at home, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ancelotti out, I think. The banners will be out soon.
Does James stay? Because I don't think he's settled.
He's been injured, hasn't he?
They say
Well, they need him to stay because he's quality.
he's a good player. If they can get him on side and settled, then yeah. I don't know whether they'd sell him. I don't think anyone's interested. Not that I know anything about Everton Football Club and their outgoings, but
the problem they have is all the other teams above them will probably strengthen.
Yeah.
So if they want to finish high next season, they need to keep the superstars and strengthen themselves.
Yeah, they need to get him on board. I think he's probably on quite big wages, I'd imagine.
Yeah, probably.
So that's going to be the other issue.
The thing is, they've got him and Richarlison, who are both absolutely mustard footballers.
And Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed with Calvert-Lewin. I'm happy for Calvert-Lewin. He's always been sort of on the brink, hasn't he? But this year he's probably shown.
he used to miss a lot of chances.
I would take him at Arsenal. Like I would have him as a centre forward. Like we've been missing, just to sort of touch on Arsenal, we've been missing sort of obviously since Giroud's left, we've been missing a bit of a presence. Now you look at centre forwards nowadays, Erling Haaland's an absolute beast. Like Harry Kane can do pretty much everything, although I hate to say it. We are quite one-dimensional in the struggles that we have. Going forward, I think we're going to see a lot of big boys who can do everything, and that's what he can do. He can score headers. The goal was it Sheffield United? Well, it might have been that game, but he died off the defender in behind goal and slotted in nicely. I didn't even know he had that type of sort of pace in him, but he has got that. So I think he's done well for himself. And if they continue to finish 10th, I don't think he'll stay. Although he's probably an Everton boy, he'll probably think differently down the line. Because let's be honest, in 5 years' time, when Harry's in his 30s and he's in his prime, he's not going to want to stay at Everton.
No.
Again,
He'll get minutes at the Euros, I think.
Yeah, it's a different option. Not quite sure how we'll play it, but we'll have a good Euros chat once we've finished this off, because the boys are going to
Wembley. I'm buzzing about that. Well, who's ninth? Who finished ninth then?
Now I think it's your lot. Go on then, take it away.
Well, what can I say? We've been quality. We've been great to watch, man. Tell me we're not the most entertaining team to watch. You can't tell me that.
Well, I can.
Do you know what? if we had defended like we did for the last 10 games all season, who knew? Who knows what could have happened? Because we leaked goals like anything at the start of the season. But then we've been. I'm really pleased with how it's finished. I think a few mentions. Obviously, Patrick Bamford stepped right up and got the goals. His hat trick against Aston Villa. What a hat trick that was. Phillips, just solid, deserves his place in the England squad. And then my man Stuart Dallas, mate. What a player. He's been so good. He has, though, isn't he? Come on.
Who?
Stuart Dallas.
Been all right.
He has been amazing. He stepped right up. For me,
the
he's
whole
got player of the
the whole
season
team has
for a
performed
reason.
well. The whole team has performed well. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
No one's
like even
really.
Jack Harrison, who used to frustrate me to absolute pieces. I used to get so angry about him. He's been
Mhm.
class the last
Yeah.
second half of the season.
Ty Roberts been fairly good when needed. Rodrigo.
Yeah, 'cause he
Rodrigo
finally scored his
chipped in.
goal as well.
Click
buzzing
had a
up.
good start. Sort of went up, didn't quite fit in toward the end, did he? But I mean, Melier has been sort of pretty much a revelation considering.
Yeah.
Um,
21 years old and he's that good.
Yeah. I was going to say I like your keeper.
Lorente come in,
Yeah,
looked a bit
Lorente.
dodgy to start, and then he's been quality. And Stroik next to him, class. Bearing in mind he's never played top league football. He barely played championship football. And he's just stepped up. I mean, I like Liam Cooper for what he done for us in the championship, but he is not one of our best centre halves. Out of 4, he's 4th. Because Robin Cox decent as well. It's a shame he got in.
Yeah, I like Lorente. Good. Going with the Spain squad over Ramos.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it says a lot, doesn't it? Really. I don't know whether they're not taking any Real Madrid players,
No.
so that might be Super League related. But then they probably got Barca players, didn't they?
No, that's to do it.
They've only got Pedri and Alba, I think. Busquets, maybe.
That's to
That's
do with having
crazy.
a legend manager.
They literally Leeds are taking more players in the Spain squad than Real Madrid, and one of our 2 Spanish internationals isn't even going.
Mm.
So yeah.
I mean, Rodrigo hasn't really put great numbers down, has he? Morata's been pretty solid.
I mean, he's been injured and he's been playing out of position. So he ended the season quality. He got quite a few goals towards the end of the season.
Obviously, they had Torres and David Villa, but they've missed the centre forward, like a good goal scorer for a long time, haven't they? Really, Morata was supposed to be the one, but obviously he's sort of jumped about and not done a lot really anywhere.
No, he's not been great.
Mm.
So who finished 8th then? Because obviously it weren't Arsenal because they always get Europe. So who was it?
No, that will be us.
Oh, right, okay.
I just said
Thursday night, so you're free from the diary next season.
They are, mate.
Yeah, but you prefer that to finish in 7th, surely.
I think we have different opinions on it.
You don't want to be in that Mickey Mouse Cup,
Financially, I do.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, your owners are rich enough anyway, mate.
Yeah, but as I said, our owners don't invest in the club. We only spend what we make. So if we're playing more matches, we make more money, which means we spend more money.
You need the Spotify guy in.
Probably,
But yeah.
probably do. I'm not for or against it, but I don't mind not being in it. Considering what I've seen, the places you've got to go. I mean, I'm sure the Europa League financial side of it is great, but I can't see it being half as much as we're expected it to be. Considering how bad we've been in Europe, we bottled a final, we bottled a semi. I don't really see the point. From what I'm hearing, we can still lure players into our football club, which is all I really want to hear. I don't disagree that the more matches we play and the more revenue we play, that it's only going to benefit us. But with what's going on currently and the pressure that we're putting on, I feel like it is probably a good thing. If there's ways to look at it, you could see that we are quite close to finishing in Europe, and we're quite close to finishing in sort of Champions League. So if the owners are that blind in the way that they think, then they could see it that way, which isn't, well, I don't doubt that they could see it that way, but I feel like from everything that's going on, as I said, that there is massive pressure, and hands are being forced because we are at our lowest point for a very long time. And because of what they've tried to do, obviously with DSL and other reasons, I feel like they don't have any way out other than to put their own money into the club to prove to the fans that they do care, because the money's not coming in from anywhere else now. It's literally not. I mean, we've got players that can go out. I mean, we might sell Lacazette, Guendouzi can go, Torreira can go, Maitland could go, Willock could go. There's plenty of players there to make revenue, but not everyone wants those players. So let's wait and see. I'm not for or against it. I probably, because it's a new thing, I'll probably say no, because I don't want to be going to Latvia, Macedonia, Azerbaijan to play matches and then come back and play Spurs and Man United 2 weeks in a row. You know what I mean? But it's a new stage. I suppose, as Arsenal fans, having a 3 p.m. kickoff is going to be nice.
Yeah.
So, and I'd hope a lot of fans would agree with that. A lot of times we've been Saturday, Thursday, Tuesday, Sunday. Like we've been all about the place. I mean, we're not going to be able to see Arsenal at 3 o'clock. We'd have to watch it on Jeff, which is maybe not the worst thing. So,
Yeah, but you can stream it somewhere, don't you?
yeah, but we don't tout that on Super Subjects podcast.
You have to start getting tickets.
But yeah, it will be nice to go to a 3 o'clock game. Hopefully we can do that. But poor season, let's be honest, no being around the bush, it's been shit. I mean, as I said, lowest point ever. No one's really performed well. There's been, bar this guy who ultimately deserves his place and is probably the only person, bar Smith Rowe, Tierney, a few, maybe one or two others potentially, that maybe deserve.
What about Lasco? He wasn't too bad.
No, but then he's not. But it's too little, too late. Too little, too late. He's done well, and he's been one of our only sort of shining stars, and he's scored a good amount of goals. But again, it's a business. He's at the end of his career now, so we have to be brutal in what we're doing, because we are stuck, and we have to change the mould of Arsenal Football Club, which is what is all of the legends are saying. Vieira said it not too long, like literally the other day, that something needs to change. That's what all of the people are trying to get involved, because for far too long it's just been a shit show.
Yeah.
You need to do something, otherwise you might find yourself falling down the league table.
Yep.
Exactly. I don't doubt, as you rightly said, our squad is better than yours without doubt. But if they can't perform and they can't be up for a game, then it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, but
yeah, but your managers aren't as bad as ours. Ours is twice as good.
Yeah, you're probably right. But he's still learning. Jury's still out. He's probably gotten the job, to be honest, as I've touched on before. But that's not his fault. I just got to hope that the players get on board.
Huge summer.
Yeah. Probably going to be a lot of outgoings. How many incomings? Don't know. I don't know. Let's wait and see. I mean, then 1 point above us is
The other lot.
Your second team.
Yeah.
They were bang average as well. Really bad in parts, decent in others. They only finished above both of our teams because of the start of the season they had.
Yep.
Because they were shocking towards the end. Be interesting to see who the manager is. If it's going to be Nuno.
Did you see Roberto Martinez?
Yeah, I've seen that as well. Yeah.
They've got a tough decision. Like we think our situation's bad. Their best player wants to leave, and they don't actually have a decent manager.
And Bale, he'll be gone.
Bale, yeah.
Yeah, he's already on the first tee at Wentworth.
So yeah, I think they might struggle next year.
There's rumours about Bale retiring, isn't there?
I
wouldn't be surprised. He's the type of bloke that would do that.
Is he going to be a professional golfer? Or?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, won't be professional or anything. He's got enough money not to do anything, does he?
Yeah, but he loves golf, so he might.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be playing golf every other day.
See him at the PGA Open one year.
PGA Open, isn't it? What?
One of them.
But yeah, I mean, Spurs have got just as big a summer as we have, really. I mean, but if you look at both clubs, they're both a mess. Let's be honest. Spurs going forward with Kane and Son, Bale, obviously, they kind of got them where they ended up, I suppose. I thought Højbjerg had an all right season as well, to be fair.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
But their back five is just terrible.
Serge Aurier is ridiculous.
Serge,
He really is.
yeah, I don't know how he's a Premier League player, but
I'll tell you what, though, I was delighted that Eric Dyer weren't in the England squad. That did please me.
Yeah. The Southgate said he's had a poor season.
Well, he's
I
right.
don't think this is his first poor season, but
No.
obviously it was that bad. Southgate actually noticed this time.
yeah, it was a difficult conversation. But bless him. But yeah, I mean it's to be expected, isn't it? They've been poor all round, let alone Eric Dyer.
Yeah.
Is what it is. I mean, yeah, if Bale and Kane go, then very interesting.
I see Southgate left Winks out as well.
Good.
I
Just
mean,
leaving them all out.
obviously.
So he should.
Well, yeah. Yeah, done nothing at all, is he? I think he's even got 20 appearances, is he? So anyway, I mean, yeah, wasn't even up for debate. I was
Here
maybe
we go then. Talk about a real football team, shall we? Not
Right.
those ones from North London. What a season West Ham have had.
Great season.
Oh, unbelievable.
Who's their player of the season, though? Because I was thinking about it. I couldn't decide. I know Lingard was only there since January, but what an impact he had. But I'm going to go Souček.
Yeah.
He's been class.
Yeah.
I would go Declan Rice
Yeah, he's been decent.
purely because he was touted obviously in the summer to move, wasn't he? To I think it was Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. But I just think he's shown his quality and the reasons why people want him. He's always breaking up play. He's been their vocal point throughout the season. I don't doubt Souček has had an awesome season and scored the goals, and he's definitely a great box-to-box midfielder. But I just feel like the captain of West Ham at his young age, taking them to Europe for a first time in a while, I think he's probably stepped up to the plate.
Yeah.
He really could be a club legend for them as well if he just sticks it out. They'll pay him well. I've got no doubts that he's got a decent contract.
Again, I just don't see him staying. But
I can't.
This summer, though.
Not this summer. He'll stay.
he'll want European football.
Yeah.
With
I think he'll do one more.
from what we're hearing, is properly like together, aren't they? It's quite a close knit squad, so they're bang up for next season. Again, they probably need a goal scorer. Let's be honest, Antonio scores goals, but defensively, I mean,
Bowler's decent though as well.
yeah. I mean, Lanzini's picked up form, so it's Fornals,
Benrahma.
Benrahma.
I wonder if Arnautovic was still there, what he would have done.
Yeah, good shout. I think they got a bit lucky though. Craig Dawson somehow just had an absolute blinder.
Yeah, he was class.
I mean, how has that happened? But these things happen when the luck's on your side, doesn't it? So, I mean, they signed 2 Czech Republic guys who make an awful lot of difference. Craig Dawson slots in, and then
Cresswell as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't even get mentioned when it comes to England. But after the first 2 right backs that are in, he's next best, isn't he?
It's because we've got 2 very good left backs, haven't we? Let's be honest. I mean, no one saw Shaw's form from nowhere. We always thought it was Chilwell. Now it's pretty much Shaw who starts.
Yeah.
But again, we'll chat about it in a bit.
Certainly agree.
Leicester City again bottoming.
We're not surprised, are we?
No.
We knew from about a month ago.
I don't know. I said they was going to do it, and obviously they didn't. So I do feel a bit.
No, but their running was difficult and their form had dropped. And the massive loss, Harvey Barnes, huge loss.
Yeah.
He really was. He was a bowler for the first half of the season.
Yeah, and then
Iheanacho, we've got to give him his due. He's been quality.
Yeah, without doubt. Yeah, he's been good.
As soon as I said I think it was one of our first episodes, he's not in their best 11. He's just started banging every week.
no.
I was
also
right
feel-
at the time, but now I completely take it back.
I
Oh,
also feel like as good and as great as it was them winning the FA Cup, I also feel like that was a little bit of a distraction because their form before that wasn't great, and then obviously they had the tough running.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting conversation to have with Leicester fans. I win the FA Cup but not have Champions League, or vice versa. Would have been interesting to see what the sort of lowdown was on that.
Take the cup all day.
Yeah, your first FA Cup, but yeah, I don't doubt that was an awesome day out for those Leicester fans at Wembley.
Yeah. I
they
think
got-
United need to win tonight. 'Cause I don't see either of them winning the Europa League next year. West Ham or Leicester.
Hmm.
No.
No.
We usually have quite a strong representative in it, don't we?
Mm.
Yeah, well, but then what's the difference? I mean, if Leicester and West Ham have been better than
We would have been this season.
Yeah.
then why can't they go as far as other teams have? So
I won't get as easy draw as you got, to be honest.
Well, I don't think so.
They bottled it. It's a shame. I would have rather Liverpool got 5th.
Liverpool just massively picked up their form, didn't they? Just do what they needed to do, and
It was that goal, the Addison goal. They had it. You knew because they had Palace at home the last game of the season. The Palace are a bit of a bogey team for them, but you knew. But they were
I mean,
third in it, wasn't it? So
How did Liverpool finish third?
because Chelsea lost.
Well, I know,
That's
I
the
know
Villa.
that.
So on the last day of the season, no one else could be bothered.
because they scored more goals than Crystal Palace.
No, they finished third because Chelsea lost to Aston Villa on the last day.
Well, I know that, but what I meant was,
Oh, sorry,
No, it's easy. They got more points.
they didn't score more goals.
Addison scored a banging bullet,
Yeah,
put
they-
them for a shout in third, and then no one else could be bothered to play on Sunday. They're all on the beach.
yeah, they won the last 5 on the bounce, didn't they? They beat United.
Yeah.
Who else did they beat? Leicester? No, I can't remember. Anyway, definitely beat United in that run of games, which no one really saw coming. I mean, I went United, I'll be honest, because I didn't see Liverpool doing it. But and then you, as you say, Alisson header goes in, and then there's only one way it's going.
yeah,
I'm happy that to touch on Liverpool and Trent. I'm happy that don't know if you see Gareth Southgate's comments about Trent, that he said he's happy that Trent had sort of taken the ball by the horns for Liverpool and actually sort of shown a bit of character in himself to pull Liverpool through, which obviously he did against Villa. I think he scored the winner towards the end. So yeah, it was nice to hear. Nice to see him in the squad. But yeah, I'm probably as surprised as anyone really that Liverpool finished third and above Chelsea. Again, like you said about Leicester, probably a distraction maybe. The FA Cup coming up.
they've got Champions League as well, haven't they?
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. I think they would have been disappointed not to finish third, but I mean they're in the Champions League, so they're probably not too.
Spurs did him a huge favour, didn't they? You won't hear
So
that often.
If Chelsea lose that next Saturday, have they had a bad season?
Probably.
I don't think a bad season. It's not. They'll probably be a bit disappointed they haven't won a trophy, it being in 2 finals, but they've got top 4.
Yeah,
And, Havertz, Werner, they're all getting used to the Prem.
I was going to say they'll be better next year as well, won't they?
Yeah, I've got no doubts next season they'll be better.
Yeah.
So they'll probably finish 7th now, I said that.
I actually think even though he's been heavily criticised this season, I know he's not done himself any favours at times, but I just think Werner has been a little bit unlucky this season. I know he's missed some.
Mate, he hit the crossbar from the line.
Yeah, I know he has.
The guy's missed sitters.
But I do feel like when he gets a couple, I think that'll be it. I just think he's clearly got the quality in there.
Yeah, does just need to wait a few seconds because he's always offside. But that can easily be teached, I think. Like, he's a natural finisher, he's got pace to burn. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to get in the box. just waiting that extra half a second will easily be taught in pre-season. I assume he's going to the Euros with Germany, so I mean probably not going to have a full pre-season. So let's wait and see. Probably fucking bag a whole hatful, and Germany are finished bottom, top. Sorry, not bottom, which Lockie thinks they will. But,
I think they'll be all right next season.
yeah.
I think they'll be top 3.
I mean, I would say they spend money, but where are they going to spend money on? They don't really need to spend money anywhere, do they?
No, they just need to gel.
Yeah.
Their defence, most games since Tuchel took over was quality, so
Yeah.
they don't really have to worry about that.
No.
No, they obviously got Aspilicueta and Thiago Silva, Rudiger. Then they've got Christensen and Zuma. So I mean,
They need to choose a number 1 goalie and keep them in goal.
But they'll go Mendy, won't they?
it'll be Mendy. I don't know why he even put Kepa in goal for FA Cup. To be honest, you'd have think his first FA Cup for Chelsea would have just sort of
Win it.
Yeah, but it's what it is. Double knee.
It wasn't really his fault they lost.
No, it wasn't. But
It was a great goal, so
Yeah, it was.
yeah. And
So when's your favourite club, Liam?
I don't know. I just feel like they're bang average, but they're still second. Like,
because they get the results.
yeah, King Cavani in was a massive signing.
Yeah.
Like they pulled rabbit out of the hat there with that one. Fair play.
They got a bit of a conundrum with him because he's staying. So do they really need another superstar striker for next
They won't buy
season?
anyone else. They won't buy anyone else. I don't
No,
think.
but like they might miss out on the chance now if Haaland and Kane both find new clubs this summer.
I think they said that
If they
Haaland
don't, then
got
one
for
of them will
sale,
go
didn't
to Man United.
they? Hmm.
Surely.
I think there's a Haaland not for sale. I mean, obviously Harry Kane is definitely for sale, but yeah. I don't know. But yeah, it's a massive signing. He scored goals. I mean,
Sancho.
Yeah, Sancho's heavily. He's been told he can go, hasn't he?
Yeah.
his numbers are
And
pretty
he's
good as well.
quality.
I mean, I'm happy he's in the English squad. I rate you boys, but
Yeah, definitely.
I rate him as a footballer. 16 goals and 21 assists. I know Bundesliga is not quite Premier League, but I still think he'd be pulling up decent
No,
numbers.
but the boy's got techers, isn't he? If he
Yeah.
started for England, I wouldn't complain.
I don't, to be honest, just on Man United, I don't know how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets still in a job, but it is.
Because they're in the Europa League final when they finished
Yeah.
second.
And they're
But-
second in the league.
But what was it? Was it Christmas? But he was surely almost out the door. Surely was on the brink of.
Yeah, but they haven't lost an away game for ages, have they?
No.
No, not.
Isn't it like 24, 25 games? They nearly
Mm.
broke a record.
Yeah. I think
always
they
come from
won.
behind. I've always rated Bruno Fernandes as a good footballer. I mean, I'm jealous that they have a good footballer in him, but I mean, defensively, I mean, Shaw's obviously picked up his form. Goalkeepers switched in and out, which I think they've got a bit lucky on. I mean, I don't think anyone else would have been able to switch out their goalkeeper and have Henderson come in and be as solid as he has. I think if we all sort of had our second keeper come in, it would be probably a pretty much catastrophe. Let's be honest.
I don't know about all the teams.
I mean, what? Who's Liverpool's second keeper? Can't even tell you.
They had it because it was Adrian, wasn't it?
Yeah, but now it isn't Adrian. I don't know who it is. Obviously
That
Chelsea.
Keller, is it?
Yeah, Kepa obviously is not great. City haven't really got a second keeper. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they'd be able to switch keepers fairly easily, and not.
At that level.
Yeah.
I think some clubs lower in the league get away with it.
Yeah.
Like Palace had Butland as a backup, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you ain't going to complain with that, are you?
I don't deny going forward they're good. Like I say, Greenwood's picked up his form. Middle of the park still a bit to be found out. but
Rashford's
let's
class.
Has anyone got a game on at the minute?
Yeah.
Is it 0-0?
Yeah.
Again, we fully expect them to win that, but yeah, let's wait and see. Rashford's had an alright season. Again, not putting up massive numbers, but as expected.
He just has an impact, doesn't he?
Yeah,
And he's rapid as anything. Like no defender's going to want to defend against him.
The thing is with United that they got so many threats from so many different positions.
They are decent. Like they're definitely a top
goals,
4 side, aren't they? So
They got goals everywhere. That sort of.
Yeah.
are they good enough to win the Premier League anytime soon? Not sure, but maybe that's more because of Man City and just how ridiculous they are.
I only see Man City going further beyond everyone else. Even if Liverpool do sort of get back to their best, I think they're going to struggle. It's going to take a bit more time for Chelsea to gel, to get to the consistency that Man City have shown. Man City don't really need to sign anyone. Let's be honest. I think Fernandinho is going to stay, which is maybe the only sort of one out, one in type thing. Will they sign striker? I mean, if Harry Kane goes, we might as well just not bother with the podcast. Let's be honest.
As we say, Man City 7, Arsenal 0.
Yeah. Leeds United 0.
No, hang on a sec.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks.
So, I mean, if they do, fair play. Should they be able to afford it financially? Fair play. No, not really, but let's wait and see. But it'll be a joke if that happens. But again, just massive consist like that sort of stretch of form of, was it 11 games in the trophy one or more? Can't remember. But just ridiculous. Just an unbelievable footballing side with an unbelievable manager. In my eyes, probably the best manager the footballing has ever seen.
He's definitely up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it's hard to pick out a standout player because you can look all over the park.
So yeah, De Bruyne's been in and out with injuries. I mean, obviously Diaz got
He's still been so above, so good.
I wouldn't say he's been as good. He's been better in other seasons. I would argue, but
Gundogan,
yeah, I rated Gundogan's season massively. He was a big part of that stretch.
future England goat.
Oh, Phil Foden's going for massive Euros. I can see it already.
If he gets started, if he doesn't start against Croatia, I'm going to be annoyed. I'm going to be sitting there with a pint in my hand, thinking, "What are you doing, man? Come on, Gareth."
Yeah, I mean, we think our jobs are going to sit there with a pint around Manchester. Gareth Southgate's got to do.
I'm thinking it's going to be difficult drinking 4 cans on the train up there.
We've got an hour and 15 minutes. We'll book it tomorrow. We'll book it tomorrow anyway. But yeah, just an unbelievable season. I mean, Ederson probably could have napped half the matches, let's be honest. So
it's been a great season.
I mean, deserve winners, fair play. I mean, if anyone can stick to the consistency, I'd love to have the season like we did with Liverpool and City going at it. I'd love that to happen again. And I hope that includes Chelsea. Yeah, because I'd love to see that happen. It would mean more for the bigger game as well, I think. Whereas now the bigger games, as we've touched on before, are a bit boring, a bit lackluster. I think if it was there to play for, I think you see a different type of game.
I think so.
And the fans are back.
I think that's going to be huge. I think that's going to be massive.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, it's been a wild season, and part of that is because of that. A lot of sort of media, Talk Sport, Sky Sports, all them other places sort of said like it's gonna be a difficult change, and it's gonna only have helped. We saw that from the FA Cup. How buzzing was the FA Cup? It was great to see. And when we can sing the national anthem on the 13th, get goosebumps.
I got them already.
I'm glad you're happy.
Oh, mate.
I'm sorry.
I had a feeling, but I didn't want to say anything because I was waiting.
You what?
Patiently. I knew Monday was the deadline, so I knew you were lying.
It was, but I still didn't know till like midday.
Oh, yeah.
But it was confusing as hell, man. It was like some or all of your remaining, we're happy to announce that are remaining valid. And I was like, what? And then I had to log on to the portal, which I've been logging on like 8 times a day to the portal to like just refresh and nothing to check. Like literally, as soon as I woke up, before I went to bed, I was just refreshing it. And then it took me 2 hours to get into the portal because it was just like the loading screen was just going like this. And then nothing had changed. And I was like, well, I've not seen any fucking difference. So what? I don't understand. I literally didn't have a clue what was going on. I still don't. It hasn't like properly sunk in right now because nothing for me has changed other than UEFA saying like your tickets remain valid. Like people have said, oh, like we've been on our portal and now it says that. Well, I've been fucking checking the portal like 8 times a day. So like, but I mean,
I just went when I got my one.
Yeah,
I literally logged onto it. Went no tickets. Oh no!
But fair play. Out of 20-odd thousand, we're going, so we can only be happy. And I mean, we started this podcast pretty randomly, but it'll be nice to do that together.
Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll take it on a bit of a journey. Unfortunately, we have to take a year, but he can hold the camera. So
Tied up.
so yeah. I mean, it's going to be fucking awesome. Like, when I got it,
Can't wait.
I wanted to tell you boys so much, but I know it was just like, this is obviously a special.
It was for
moment.
the best, man, because I was in no state on Monday to be
It was
celebrating.
just a special
fair,
moment.
I
And,
wouldn't have even seen the message because I've been that busy. So
No, we know, man. We
I
know.
would have jumped into Brayford in Lincoln, mate.
So yeah, like, I was like, I watched. What did I see? I saw something else. I don't know. I heard the Euros thing again, and I was just fucking buzzing, man. I think there's a goal.
there is been around winning 1-0.
Ooh, Gerard Moreno.
That's definitely onside.
I'm just gonna wait and tell him.
Oh
one sec.
my god. Oh, that's shocking.
I'm gonna wait and tell him one sec.
Bakayo's joined our podcast.
Are you going to be in the 26?
Yes, he is.
I don't think he will.
No, I do.
I'd like him to, but I don't think he will. If he stays and Watkins goes, though, get in there. And Bamford, a late replacement as well.
Right, so I feel like we're getting on too well at the moment. So I think we should get onto our team of the seasons. What do we think, boys?
Yeah, I can't actually see mine, but I remember it. So
You remember it. That's good. Right, shall we just go from position and just say who we've gone for?
yeah,
Do it that way? Right. In goal.
I'll just do it person by person because I think our tech team has specifically
All right,
put
then.
together a little.
All right, then. Go on then, Liam. You can go first, mate.
Okay. In goal, I have gone Emi Martinez. Although, as we've touched on, Villa have not particularly been great at the end of the season, but Martinez's season is based pretty much on consistency throughout the season. I think definitely without him, they'd have been in a lot worse place, proving his worth as a goalkeeper, which he hadn't had the chance to do for Arsenal. So yeah, I've gone Emi Martinez. I mean, I don't feel like it was a great, like you could have probably gone Edison. That's one a bit of a boring choice. Maybe the correct choice. But I feel like if you would have played Ake all season, then it may not have, instead of Diaz, you may not have had Edison as your keeper, but just that's swap it, fight down to that. Left back, Luke Shaw. Again, no real major choices to go. But fair play to the guy that come back from massive injury. No, Mourinho showed no faith in him whatsoever. But picked up his form and he's probably going to start. Diaz and Stones, I can't really fault them. That run of games and where Man City have been purely down to that. Again, fair play to John Stones. It literally was missed a mistake waiting to happen before this season. So he's proven his worth as a footballer. Right back, I have gone Mr. Stuart Dallas.
you know I can see your team on the screen, don't you?
Can you?
I can't believe he's played so many positions. And right back is not what.
Get off the
one of
screen,
them,
just
really.
interrupted me. Anyway,
Stuart Dallas at right back.
I can't blame him in midfield. He's not good enough.
Mm.
Anyway, Stuart Dallas, all right back. I think the guy's been unbelievable. As Lockie just politely interrupted me, said he's played everywhere on the pitch. But I didn't want to put him in midfield because I've gone for a few decent midfielders. He probably can play anywhere. But I mean, if I want to go for a 3-5-2, then I'll move Dallas into midfield. Yeah, it's been awesome. Scored that awesome
Can't
goal.
say I
against
considered
City.
him, to be honest.
So I've gone Bruno for the obvious reasons. Been again Mr. Man United scoring goals, although dipped quite a bit in form. And when United were pretty bad, he didn't really do a lot. But again, his numbers were good. Gone Declan Rice, as I said, for me, been a big part of the reason why. Although we can say everyone's been a big part, or West Ham's rise to Europa. But for me, proves himself as a massive footballer, and he's probably going to play every minute for England. I've actually gone Mason Mount. I didn't rate Mason Mount. Did not rate Mason Mount. But I feel like again he has proved himself big time as a Premier League footballer and international footballer this season. I didn't particularly rate him, but I think his intelligence as a footballer has excelled this year under both managers. Tuchel didn't rate him, but literally did not have a choice but to blame because of how much of an influence he had. And I went Gundogan as well. Although he's not particularly putting the performances, if it wasn't for him and a few others during that period of when City were literally unbeatable and unplayable, yeah, he deserves to be in there. I've gone a bit more with Kane and Salah. Kane for the obvious reasons. And Salah, again, is literally he's pretty underrated. I know many people, we dislike him for diving, and we're always going to dislike him for diving, but his numbers as a goal scorer are just ridiculous. So my 11.
Yeah, good, mate.
Thank you.
Good. Go on then, Lockie.
Right, okay.
Is it just the Leeds 11, by the way?
Yeah, no, in goal, Melly. No.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I have also got Martinez in goal because he is a difference maker for that Aston Villa team, and Arsenal was stupid to get rid of him, so he's definitely in the team for me. I've also gone Luke Shaw, left back. I've also gone Diaz and Stones, boring choices, but they both beat mustard, so they're in. My right back is not a player who's played midfield all season. My right back, I haven't gone Declan Rice, but I do think West Ham deserve a player in. So Koufal's in my team. He has been so solid.
Yeah.
And he's had a massive impact there. And they deserve a player in my team, I think. So he's in. My midfield, I've gone Bruno for the obvious reasons. I have gone De Bruyne because I know he's been injured, but he's just different class. He's so good. And my third midfielder is Stuart Dallas because he's been so good for us. And obviously, I'm going to put a Leeds player in there. And he's had big moments this season. More towards the end, the bigger moments, like the goal against City that made me crack the ceiling. But what a guy. He stepped right up to the Premier League. So he's in the team. Now, my front three is a bit controversial. I've gone Salah for obvious reasons because he's a bagsman. I've gone Harry Kane, but I've also gone Son because them two together, especially the first half of the season, they were just insane. They got the most goals and assists combined in the history of Premier League, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've gone for that. And that's my team. Take it away, Brett. I'm looking forward to this.
But needless to say, I knew you two would go that kind of route, so I went something different. So I've gone Martinez in goal, though.
We all agree on something, then.
Yeah, right back. I've also gone Soufal.
Ooh, like
that. Diaz, I've also got, and I've gone for Thiago Silva.
Oh, I don't know. Not after that red card against West Brom.
Yeah, he had the red card against West Brom, but I just think he has been solid. Chelsea's defence has been solid. They've got numerous clean sheets, and since Tuchel's come in, they've barely conceded a goal. Plus his leadership on the pitch and probably in that dressing room as well. I just think he's a class act. Left back, I've gone Chilwell. He's got more goals / assists than Shaw, and he's only played 3 games less. And I just went with Chelsea's defensive records better than United.
Fair enough.
My midfield 3, I've gone Gundogan. Because his goals, I think, in that stretch of period while De Bruyne was out, I think that's a huge part of the reason they won the league, I think. I've gone Mount as well. I just think he's a class act for Chelsea. Like, as Liam said, Tuchel didn't fancy him. He played 1 game without him, and then the next game he was back in and pretty much been in ever since. And I've thought outside the box, so I've gone for Fabinho for Liverpool. Now, I know a lot of the season he played at centre-back, and he did a really good job in centre-back. I know they've not had the greatest of seasons, but their form towards the end of the season is no coincidence that that's when Fabinho started to move to the middle of midfield. I just think he's been awesome in there. My front 3, I've gone Salah and I've gone Kane.
I've seen this.
And they're both smiling because they know what's coming. So I've gone Bamford. I've gone Bamford for a striker to play in a team up front alone for a newly promoted team, and to get 17 goals and 10 assists in a season. I just think that's quality.
Why is he not in the 33, man?
Well, yeah. Like I said, I think he's been quality this year for you boys. I mean, you create chances for him. Some he does miss, obviously. He has got a bit of reputation, but I do actually think he's been a lot more clinical this season.
Oh, yes, mate.
And yeah, I felt I had to look at the options up front. I could have gone Son. I could have gone Vardy's got double figures for goals and assists and that, but I thought Bamford deserves his place. So yeah.
I
That's
nearly
my
went Bamps, but I thought you guys would have a go at me, so I didn't.
So yeah, that's my 11.
I like it. I think a lot of people would choose Bamford in their team as well, to be honest.
Yeah, they probably would. There's no doubt in the numbers are there, so it deserves to be there. People who put out that kind of numbers in the first season for a newly promoted side deserves it, don't they? So yeah, guys, if you're on the chat, please let us know your thoughts. I mean, if anyone you don't agree with Bamford, if you do agree with, don't let us know. We are
Stuart Dallas at right back. I feel like you're playing a free back, really, in your team.
Yeah, so versatile. So versatile.
Yeah, but Luke Aylin's had right back locked down
that-
all season, pretty
Does
much.
that mean he's playing 6 in midfield?
Because Kane as well.
From himself.
No, he can do what he wants.
Just seen Gundogan and Fernandes and Mount up the field. All right.
Well, after last weekend, you could have put Allison up front
Exactly.
with his bullet. So there you go.
Why?
I didn't choose Fernandes purely on the fact that 9 of his goals are from penalties.
Yeah, but he just makes them the different
get
class
it.
that they've been
I
to
get
everyone else apart from City.
I get it,
He was joined with De Bruyne in assist, when I think,
but
and he Kane had 2 more. So yeah,
But I like your team. It's got Lord in it.
cheers, mate.
I want to hear you will go as manager of the season.
Well, I went for Moyes.
I went for Moyes. But my man Bielsa is not far behind.
I went with Jose Marcelo Bielsa.
Did you?
Yeah, he has been.
It's so close between Moyes and Bielsa for me. You could go Pep or Pushkan. Like as I said, the best in my eyes, the best footballing managers that anyone's ever seen. Like, you can't deny the impact he's had on football, not just the trophies that he's consistently won, the impact that he has had on footballing with the way that he's made the rules change. You can now have defenders in the box for the sole reason of the way that he plays football. But a season which Leeds have had injuries, like defensively, I think you've obviously had to adapt quite hard. As he touched on, Liam Cooper probably has played a lot of the season when he isn't good enough. Just feel they cope pretty well with the demands of the Premier League. Mr. Dallas has been literally Mr. Awesome, hence his inclusion in my team this season. He's probably maybe a young, better James Milner. just going out and about doing his job. Always an out of 10. I think Rafinha, if you'd have said that Rafinha would come in and have the impact that he has, you would bite your hand off it. I think you, without that sort of spark and that talent in your midfield of creation and goals, I don't think you probably have seen the reaction that you've had in certain games. As we touched on Bamford, his numbers, has he got 8? How many goals did he get in Premier League?
17.
17, I was going to say 18. But yeah, to get that amount of goals in your first Premier League season with a promoted side with only not a lot, well, no investment, let's be honest. Yeah, all of those players have stepped up to the plate. Jack Harrison, like he said, was pretty bang average, but like definitely the last few games has sort of
15 mil could be a steal for him.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to pay.
I just think it's all down to Bielsa, his belief, the way that he plays football. Although he can't talk English, I don't think the players care.
He can talk English, though.
Just don't.
You can hear him on the touchline shouting at him in English.
Okay. At the start of the season, it was clear to obviously see that the way that they play football, and everyone was a bit sceptical that it was the right way to play and whether it was going to benefit them down the line. But I mean, look where they are now. So yeah, I mean, they wanted to play that way and fair play, but over time it sort of come to light that it wasn't going to get the results. But in March, obviously, I think he probably pulled it together. As you touched on, if you'd have just carried on going the way that you were going, you drew with Chelsea 0-0, then went into April, drew Liverpool 1-1. Then we all know that he beat City 2-1 with 10 men. And then pulling Spurs apart in May. I mean,
Drew United as well after that.
Yeah. On the way to winning the last 4 games and conceding only 3 in 7 games. So we all know Lockie's enjoyed the season. And why not? Fair play to everyone at Ellen Road.
The future's bright, mate.
We all love good footballers, but I think on this podcast we'd like to be a little bit different. Like we'd like to sort of see the other side of it and give people the credit that, like I say, David Moyes, without a doubt, it's 50-50 for me, but I want it to be different. I've appreciated Leeds coming to the Premier League. I've appreciated the way they started to play and how entertaining it was, but they also they weren't naive about it. They pulled out results, but not the way that they started to play. They didn't concede goals, but they also got results. So for me, Bielsa, but I mean, you boys can touch on West Ham if you like, because it's been fantastic to have them.
Well, last season they weren't great, weren't they? They were nearly relegated.
No, one foot in, didn't they? Pretty much.
We come back from lockdown and they turned it round and stayed up. This season they have been a revelation, and it shows with the right signings what a club can do in the Premier League. The right manager, the right leader. I mean, Noble's still there, and I'm sure he still has a massive influence in the dressing room, even if he doesn't play much. But they've made a couple of decent signings. Lingard's come in, and we all thought they had a big chance of Champions League. They dropped off a little bit at the end, but maybe that was just the pressure. I think they've been quality, and they're good to watch as well.
Yeah,
that game against Arsenal, 3-3. They were so good for the first hour.
I mean, if anyone could get Jesse Lingard playing football, then they deserve to be.
He could have a big impact for England. I reckon he might be coming off the bench a few times.
I see a few people not putting him in the squad, but he's definitely going for me.
He's got experience in major competition as well, and that's key.
Good goal, isn't he?
Because we've got probably the brightest bunch of youngsters out of all the teams. So, but you need experience to go with that, because the youngsters won't win anything without the cool, experienced heads there. But yeah, fair play to West Ham. I hope they have a good run in Europe.
I mean, as a season, it's definitely been different. But has it been the worst thing in the world? Probably not. But as I say, we've seen a lot of things happen. Although we've seen quite a bit of dominance from Man City, but I feel like it's only purely down to the way they play as a squad, not necessarily down to the way that the season has sort of panned out. I mean, yes, Arsenal and Spurs not really hit the heights, and that's kind of massive for them. So, a thoroughly enjoyable season with you boys. So, thank you for that.
You're brilliant.
Start up this podcast as together in another end of season review. And, we'll move on from here. See what else sort of comes about.
Looking forward to the Euros now.
Say again?
I said I'm looking forward to the Euros now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it even more than I already was.
Yeah.
And if they do up the capacity and we get first dibs back on tickets,
we'll get the semis.
Off we go.
Don't be surprised if they try and fuck us over again.
So. Yeah.
No, I think they said there will be people that lost the tickets will be first priority.
I just don't see them being. I just don't see it being that simple.
Oh, we'll see, won't we?
Well, I suppose on that note, end of the season, shall we end the predictions?
We shall. What a week! What a week! So we had a bumper festival of fixtures. So I did all 10, as you know. So as usual, I'll start from the bottom, work our way up. So bottom this week on 4 points is Jordan and Johnny.
Oh, not us then.
On 6 points, we have a 3-way tie. We have Miles, Christian, and Liam.
Oh, give me the points. I don't
Next
think
up.
I've got enough.
Level on 8 points. We have Tyler and Denzel.
Oh, still in.
Next up, two-way tie again. We have Jason Knight and Lucky.
I nearly won the predictions with 2 late goals, screwed me over.
Next up on 11 points, we have Matty.
Nice.
Brett's still in. Brett's never won it in his life.
12 points, we have Michael Pearce. And
No
the winner
way.
this week,
The winner.
on Lucky 13, is myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good,
3 correct scores.
well done.
I have 3
So-
correct scores until the bloody last few minutes.
Overall, it got quite close.
Who's doing the forfeit at Wembley? Brett.
We're not doing a forfeit. That's next season.
Brett. Oh, sorry, just coughing.
So on 66 points at the bottom was myself.
Hey.
Second
we
place
expected.
was you, Lockie. Ready?
Yeah.
67.
Ooh.
Liam, 71.
Well, I'll take that.
No way did I only beat you by 1 point. I
You
thought I was
did.
well in front of you.
No.
But I had West Ham 2-0. They scored a third late on. I had Man City 4-0. They scored a fifth late on. I was gutted. I thought I'm in there. I had 3
West Ham, so,
goals.
yeah.
No, I'll take second, mate.
So
As long as I'm
yeah,
not behind both of you, I can take it.
Technically joined third, really, let's be honest.
we'll go again next season. We'll have a chat about what we want to do. As we mentioned about a league table, didn't we? So we'll have to see what the interest is in that.
Yeah.
And whether we want to stick to the handful of games or whether we just want to.
Yeah, if you're lucky, thank you guys. Where did Brownie come?
He didn't do it this week.
Oh, he didn't. Come on, Stan. Yeah, nice one, Brett. Good work. Thank you, everyone. We always want to try and get bigger and better. We are thinking of new ways to try and obviously get people involved. If it can be a regular thing, then we do want to do that. Obviously, it's a little bit of commitment from our side, which we are willing to do. But obviously, as long as people are getting their entries in, then we can do that. At the end of next season, if we're still going, we will do a forfeit, which we'll get to. Obviously, as it's going to be a whole 38 game season.
We should do a forfeit, and we'll also do a forfeit next season if anyone gets a 0.
Any one of us, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I mean, if anyone does get a 0 and they are participating regularly, then they're going to have to come on the show and do a forfeit.
Apologise to their
Yeah.
parents for letting them down.
Just a simple apology. Just a simple for letting them down. I'm sorry that you're disappointed in my performance. That type of thing. But regarding the forfeit, we will come up with something. We are more than happy for our listeners to get involved. Probably sensible suggestions to start with.
No 18+ things.
I mean, if you're going to get lucky, surely you're not complaining. We will do that. In terms of Lockie, obviously, League Legend has unfortunately ended at the moment. We are up for ideas. It was a very nice start because it was quite personal to our segment, quite personal to Lockie, and we definitely enjoyed hearing Lockie do his thing about his club that he loves. My thought, I haven't said this to you boys, was maybe Lockie's quite obviously into his European football, so he could just sort of give a bit of a sort of European lowdown on what's going on elsewhere. Doesn't have to be sort of too long, but again, it's up for discussion. He could sort of just give us a lowdown on what's going on around sort of the European leagues, as we're obviously going to be doing fourth season next year.
I'd love to get to go and watch something over there next year.
And if you do, obviously that's definitely helpful. If he could give a bit of a sort of a roundup of what's going on elsewhere.
We can do that.
But maybe, open to suggestions. We'll put our heads together. Maybe not after a few dark fruits, but somewhere down the line, we will do.
We're
that.
not even drinking on the 13th anyway.
Are we not? I mean, just like Lockie's profile picture.
He didn't even put the one I wanted. You haven't seen the one I wanted, have you?
Oh shit! Yeah, it's my segment now, isn't it? Waffling on. Apologies. 1 sec. Okay, so popular demand. It is back.
Dun, dun, dun.
Drum roll, please. Premier League legend trivia. If you are on YouTube, Lockie, how many's on YouTube?
I'm not saying it's not enough.
24. Okay, mate. Thank you. Cool. Let's go. So same as before, we all start with a teaser, blah blah blah. We'll go. 1 point for each question, blah 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 blah. It'll get harder. So, number 1. This Premier League legend has played for 5 clubs for his birth country. This Premier League legend has played for 5 clubs for his birth country. I understand that it's a shit teaser, but it's the first one. He's not from England, obviously, because I'm not going to pick that
Yeah,
one.
clearly he's not from England.
Not Jamie Vardy, who's played for every single club in every league under the sun.
5 clubs from his own country.
For his own birth country. Not really recent, fairly older. Not too.
No,
Any
No.
idea?
no.
Okay.
Let's not even try and guess, Brett. Let's not embarrass ourselves yet.
He's played for only 1 London Premier League club. He's played for only 1 London Premier League club. And he,
I've got a
It's good.
guess.
It's going to be an Arsenal player,
he's
isn't it?
got it.
I've got a guess.
Go on.
Paolo Di Canio.
Oh, it's a great shout.
Got
Okay.
it wrong.
I'm not going for that, but good luck. I hope it's right.
No, it is incorrect, unfortunately, but I love the thought. He started in Serie 2 in 1984 before making the move to Serie A in 1989. No,
It's
it's
bloody
not,
Steve Bull, isn't it?
and it's not Paolo Di Canio. It's what?
It's Steve Bull, isn't it?
No.
He made his debut in 1984.
But he played for 5 clubs in his birth country, and he started his career in Serie 2.
I got one.
Brett?
I was going to have a guess, but I don't need to play.
I'm going to go Vialli.
That's a good shout.
It's a guess, but I'm going for it.
Well, my guess was going to be Ravanelli.
Ooh, we're both actually incorrect.
Oh,
But so close, so close.
There's got to be the other guy then, surely.
He was brought for 4.5 million in 1996 by Ruud Gullit and was joined
Zola.
by his fellow Italian Gianluca Vialli. Both moved to London.
Zola.
no. I reckon it's Di Matteo.
Ooh. I'm going Zola.
Oh,
Well, it ain't Zola because Zola played for West Ham.
is it?
No. Oh no! Did he? Did he play for West Ham?
I'm pretty sure he did, didn't he? Or did he
It's
manage?
definitely
He might have
Zola.
managed him.
100%. I'm right, you know, Liam.
I mean, well, the answer to my trivia is Zola, yes.
I swear he played for
Oh,
West Ham.
point for me. I don't remember him playing for West Ham.
he did manage West Ham, which is in the
Played
anyway,
for West. Oh, here's Brett with his wrong stats again.
anyway, please put 1-0 up for Lockie because remember that all my hard work. Okay, so question 1. True or false? Gianfranco never scored a World Cup goal. True or false?
True.
True.
It is true. He never did. Played a few
You're
World Cups.
supposed to go the opposite to me, Brett.
No, it doesn't have to. Doesn't have to. 2-1 to Lockie. Both get a point. So true or false again? Gianfranco never scored a Euros goal. True or false?
He always waits for me to answer.
No, I'm going to go true.
I'll go false.
2-2. Brett wins.
Oh, I only went different because I weren't sure. I was going to copy it, but I
How
thought-
many Premier League medals does he have? Now I'll give you 3 choices. 0, 1, or 2?
Oh, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
0.
1 or 2?
0.
One.
It is 0. Never won a Premier League medal.
I knew it. He was gone before they started winning.
Yeah, I did think that.
Of which has Gianfranco won more? The FA Cup or the League Cup?
FA.
FA.
Correct. FA Cup 2, 97-96 and 99-00. Only one League Cup. So that's 4-3 to Lockie. Zola managed 3 English clubs. Can you name them?
West Ham.
I mean, just got to get the other 2.
Chelsea. That one. Come on, Brett. I'll give 2. You can pipe up with 1.
You got to get it. You got to get the answer yourself, not a little tag along.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Okay.
Was it like Championship, maybe?
I'm going to go West Ham, Chelsea, Middlesbrough.
Yeah, I was going to go Middlesbrough.
Okay. Unfortunately, you both only got 1, so I'm not going to give Evio a point for any of it.
Was he not? Did he not manage Chelsea then?
Didn't manage Chelsea. Managed Watford.
Watford.
Yeah, that never come in my mind.
Yeah, 2012, 2008, and Birmingham City.
No, that didn't even.
No, only for a year. But West Ham was his most prominent, 2008, 2010. Okay.
Did he play for them, Brett?
Yeah, I think so.
So still
Player
4-3. Did he or did he not appear in a music video for the song Zola? Did he or did he not appear in a music video for the song Zola?
He must have. He must have.
Well, to make it interesting, I'll go no.
He did. He did.
Harlan.
The Irish band called Wonder Villains had a single which was in homage to Zola, but they didn't actually make a video until a few years later, which obviously they managed to get Zola on board through social media.
Yeah, you wouldn't have asked that question if he hadn't.
No, true. Could have made it up though. That makes it 5-3, but we shall carry on. In Chelsea's first Champions League campaign in 99-2000 season, he scored a free kick against which La Liga side? In Chelsea's first Champions League campaign in 99-2000, he scored a free kick against which La Liga side?
I'm going to go Deportivo La Coruña.
Deportivo La Coruña.
Valencia.
Unfortunately, both incorrect. It was Barcelona.
Yeah, we didn't want to go for the boring team, did we?
Who won Champions League in the 99-2000 season of that year?
Real Madrid.
99-2000.
Yeah.
I can't go Real Madrid now, can I?
I mean, it's just for bragging rights, not really.
That was the season after United won it, wasn't it? Dortmund, or was that a bit earlier?
Don't know that, but Brett is correct. It was Real Madrid. Won the 8th title, being Valencia. Okay, so Gianfranco made 229 appearances in his career for Chelsea. How many goals has he scored? 59, 62, or 67?
67.
62.
59. Yeah, I thought it would have been more, but okay. After moving to Chelsea in 2003, which Serie B side did he move back to? after moving from Chelsea in 2003. Which Serie A side did he move back to? Serie B side, sorry.
Palmer.
Torino.
Calgary. He scored 13 goals, which took them back to Serie A once he went back. Tie break for a bit of fun. Having managed 3 clubs, as we know, in obviously England, can you tell me what was his highest percentage rate win as a manager? So just the percentage. Just the percentage.
I reckon he was rubbish. I'm going 37%.
I was going to go 44.
Brett has pulled it out of the bag.
Has he?
44%.
Oh, well done, mate.
Watford 44%, West Ham 28, Birmingham 8. Yeah.
That was a tie. That was a tie after the tie break, wasn't it?
Took Watford to the playoff final, but lost 2-1 to Palace after extra time. Yeah.
The thing is, it's a tie after tie breaks. You have a spelling competition to see who can spell Gianfranco.
Gianfranco Zola.
I've got Google up here, so I'll win.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what, Brett? You can have that for getting that spot on.
Oh, thank you, mate.
That makes it 2-2 for the end of the season. We can start again next season.
Yeah,
All right, then.
fair play.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
we won't do that during the Euros. See, we'll just sort of probably focus on the Euros, which we can do on now. Obviously now, what we now have, was it 2 weeks Friday?
2.5 weeks.
The 2 weeks Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
So Thursday tomorrow, yeah. 2 weeks, 1 day. Is it Turkey and someone?
Italy.
Yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, I shall be in a hotel if you're still watching. I won't be watching the football. Sorry, gents.
There, you'll be asleep because you won't be doing anything else.
I'll be cuddling my bottles of Heineken. So yeah, that all kicks off in not very long at all. So Europa League is still going on.
Still 1-0.
Get a goal scramble, which will finish soon. But we can actually just quickly touch on Champions League. Obviously, the season is finished. I was sort of on the impression that Chelsea could maybe do City, but I'm less confident now. I'm not going to lie.
Nah, Man City have got to round it off, didn't they? I think they've had the better season out of everyone.
Yeah, part of me still thinks they can bottle it. Don't know why.
We'll see on Saturday, won't we? But I don't think they'll bottle it.
Until they do it, I don't. Until they do it, part of me will always think they'll bottle it. But
Chelsea have been there and won it, so who knows?
I think Chelsea will win.
I hope not.
I've got a feeling.
Won't be able to deal with their fans.
Yeah.
At least we only know one Man City fan or a couple.
Yeah. I don't really know which way. I think I sent you boys about Ederson. And he said if it comes to the 5th penalty, he's taking it. So I'd like to see that.
If City play their best football, it won't go past 90 minutes.
True. But then
So
Champions
we'll
League
see.
final, right? Yeah, anything can happen. I'm just glad that again, sort of England has shown the worth. I've said to you boys that our depth in squad is just ridiculous. Like how we are not winning tournaments, like or going to the. I know obviously we went to the last stage in the World Cup, which was a bit of a disappointment. But for sort of here over the next, I don't know, this tournament and 2 and 3 after, we have to be in the latter stages. We've got to be like our talent is just ridiculous. Like our depth of squad is unbelievable, and that's obviously without Henderson, who will be playing, who's probably not going to play that many minutes. I think I said before, I'd quite like him to still be in the squad. I think we've got enough depth. I think it'll be, going back to midfield, it'll be between Bellingham and Ward-Prowse who will go. And then again, it's sort of Greenwood or Saka. Who will probably
Watkins.
go. I still feel like Watkins will go, but not get that many minutes. But if he doesn't take Watkins, the problem that we have is that Harry Maguire is not going to be fair. Not going to be
Does
fair.
Ben White go, do you think? Is there a reason why he's been put in? He's so versatile. He's like an Eric Dyer, but better.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't think he'll go, but I think he should. I think.
I don't think he should.
I don't think Ward-Prowse or Bellingham go.
I mean, he's just very limited on midfield, though.
Well,
It depends. Because like,
I'm only going by the fact he said that Trent can play in midfield.
Nah, fuck that.
I want Trent to go as well.
I don't.
I'm not fussed about Reece James going
I don't want Trippier going.
or Trippier. One of them two have got
Nothing
to go.
against Trippier. Just
Right,
if we,
Both of them are better defenders than Trent.
Yeah, but Trent on his
Trent's not
day.
going because Trent might go because he can defend.
But it's not going to make a difference anyway because Walker's starting there.
Yeah,
But if you need to go 5, if you can, if against Czech Republic and it's an hour in or 70 minutes in and we still haven't, I'd rather swap it around potentially. I assume, can we still only make 3 or is it 5? I assume it's only 3, right? So I don't know. Obviously, it's been changed quite a lot this season, but I would, if we were to go 3 at the back and just let Rice sit there and everyone else just fuck off up the pitch, I would rather Trent be there. But I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I like Reece James. He's not a bad player, but I don't want him to go. Nothing against Kieran Trippier, but I think Trent's footballing talent has to go. I don't doubt that he's not a great defender, but as you say, he doesn't start 75% of the games anyway. So
we're very lucky to have Walker there because he has been solid all round this season.
Yeah,
and he'll do it in an England shirt as well. We know that.
Yeah, just
you don't need to play 5 at the back.
No,
you
don't.
You should have 2 solid centre halves there.
But the problem is we've only got one now, one fully fit, sort of consistent centre back. Because Mings, I'd probably go Mings, but only because of the way that the footballing world has sort of come on to the left side. The centre back has to be left forward, which is, I don't doubt that is probably the way forward and would work best. But I think we should probably take in an extra defender, i.e. Cody as well, just purely in case Harry Maguire isn't fit. Because if he's not, to be honest, I don't see why he goes. If he's not fit, do you agree? Well,
I agree.
Well, there's no point in if someone gets injured, he's probably not ready to play. He's probably not going to come on, and he's probably not fit to play the next match. If he's not fit to play the match before, he's not fit to play that match.
But so he's arguably one of our best 2 centre halves,
without a doubt. But
so that's why it's like Henderson. Like he's had no matches for 3 months, but
Henderson won't play. Henderson won't play, but I feel like Henderson should be there.
Henderson, I can understand because they're meeting up this weekend. Isn't that right?
What? Sorry,
they're meeting up this weekend. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Are they?
So at least Southgate is going to see him in training, whereas Maguire,
he can't even jog apparently.
He's in Krakow at the moment, or Gdansk, or wherever it is.
Yeah.
He's sitting on Man United's bench tonight. So, yeah, I don't know.
He goes, mate, I think.
Oh,
I don't know how he goes, but I'm just debating whether it's the right decision.
I just go back to Ben White quickly. I don't understand his inclusion if he hasn't got a chance of going, because why would he have been put in there?
It's just...
I think it's looking towards the future.
Yeah,
and I think that's the same for Watkins, and I think that's probably why Watkins has been included in the group over Bamford.
Yeah, which is ridiculous, but anyway.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying, going forward, these are the players that are probably going to be more included in the squad than perhaps the Ings, the Bamford, I don't know.
Yeah, it's true, but Ben White has not been in the England squad.
No.
And then just randomly be included in this.
Matador.
That is. Oh, United.
I just missed it.
Yeah, sorry. Going back to I didn't see it either, but I think Ben White might go. He might. He's got a chance. Why put him in there if he hasn't got a serious chance of going? He's not been. Has he ever been in the England squad? I don't remember him being called up before. And the next thing, he's in a 33-man shortlisted squad. And he's solid. He is really good. So.
It's not as if his performances have not deserved him to be in there.
I'm not. This
But
is not going to happen. But if Maguire gets ruled out, if I saw Stones and Ben White as centre half, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, what's he put Ben White in for?" Because I know what Ben White can do.
But then would you
So-
say that Ben White's been better than Conser this season?
No, I wouldn't. But he's
Mm.
still. But Conser's in a better team as well, I think, than White.
Mhm.
So I think Dunk should have been looked at, to be fair. So
Mm.
it is
Yeah.
probably a little bit looking to the future, but it was an interesting one. It's like he done it on purpose to make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
I think
If
he's
you'd
had-
asked me the day before, I wouldn't have said, "Yeah, Ben White will be in a 33-man shortlist for England."
I mean, you've kind of just picked Watkins, Bamford, Ings, because there's no point because it's clear that half of them are not going to go. So you've had to spread it across the board.
And the thing with Ben White as well is like if Rice or Phillips get injured, he can play there.
Mm.
I mean, he
I
can.
wouldn't-
I'm not denying that he can. I mean, Harry Kane could play there from what we've been saying all season. So, I mean, but
It's not the same though, is it? Come.
no. But what I'm saying is, I don't feel. I'd rather Mason Mount dropped in,
Yeah.
assuming he's going to play number 10.
Yeah, we need Mount out further up the pitch though, because he has that little sparkling moment of magic.
I suppose from a selfish Arsenal point of view, I'd like Saka to go, but I don't want him to play minutes. No doubt he could probably come on and be a different spark. Again, slightly different. He's more of a winger, whereas, as you said, Greenwood is a very good natural finisher with both feet. So inside the box, you much prefer him. But I feel like Saka is very decisive in what he does. His decision making has been top notch. Like you can't really deny it. So I feel like he is a very good asset to have. But yeah, I don't know if he plays much minutes
No.
because we've technically got 4 wingers to choose 2 positions from, 5 wingers. You've got Sterling, Rashford, Sancho, who you'd probably say the main 3. Not saying that in our eyes that they've performed the best and they should start. But then you've got Foden and Grealish. So
Do you think Grealish goes?
yeah,
I think so.
yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't think
He's
heard what
teetering on
Gareth,
the edge though.
I don't know if you heard what Gareth said as well. He said about he's been a bit. Man United have not really let on about how Maguire's sort of injury's been. I mean, I'm not too sure why they're trying to play games with Villarreal. I mean, Villarreal probably not fussed either way, are they? So they're going in as underdogs. They know that. Whereas I think he's had a bit more conversation with Grealish. Obviously, Grealish has played like sort of 120 minutes over the last 2 sort of games, but he hasn't done a lot of training. So he's obviously going to get him in. Whereas we're going to have 12 players now that are playing within the space of 2 weeks before the Euros, and they're probably not going to play in the friendlies because they need that
Yeah.
rest, which is fair play. So I mean, he did say whether or not it's the right thing to do. He did say we're sort of in a bit of a difficult disadvantage. He's right, but whether that's the right thing to say, maybe he's just being honest. Or I'm hoping he's not making excuses. I'm sure he will never say it's an excuse, but it does feel a bit like that. But
We've got all to look forward to. When does it
We
start?
have-
2 weeks, isn't it?
so Brett, Shuin, you've gone Chilwell in team of the season. You go Chilwell to start.
I would start Chilwell.
See, I would always prefer Chilwell. I've always liked Chilwell since even Leicester days, which obviously was only last season. But I just think he offers that more going forward. But then Shaw has been very good at both ends, so it's difficult. Shaw sort of gone under the radar. Hasn't really. He's been good, been very good, but not really sort of. No one's really noticed his numbers as such. But I think he's created quite a few decent chances as well. The chances created stat has been quite good. So yeah, as I say, I just hope we really go for 4-2-3-1. I don't want us going 5 because it's just a waste, especially.
I don't think we'll go 5.
Huh?
I don't think we'll go 5.
No, I can't see
No,
how.
he doesn't need to because he's
He
going to
hasn't-
start 2
He
defensive
hasn't included
midfielders.
enough defenders in there.
Yeah.
I don't think. Don't think we've included enough defenders in there because I can't see Ben White going. Cody's 50-50 and then only Mings, Stones and Maguire. So
Or Walker.
yeah, but then you
That'll
do go
push.
5. Yeah. I don't know. Let's wait and see. I mean, look, we've got another week now. Well, not a week, but got to wait till June the 1st to find out but I don't know.
When's the first friendly?
The second,
Yeah, it's a day
Oh.
after, isn't it?
and then it's the 6th.
So I'm assuming none of the Chelsea or City players are going to play in them.
But I think pretty much they said no, pretty much, yeah. Which again is a bit of frustration, really, because we're going to have to kind of make do.
So then does Saka start left back?
Sure, might.
No, we sure will be there, surely.
You reckon?
Yeah, they're playing tonight. It's in a week.
Yeah, I suppose.
They might do 50-50. Like, Saka might start, Shaw might get half hour or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was talking to my brother, who is an Arsenal fan as well, obviously, but he said he'd like Saka to go because he's versatile. But I mean, we've got 2 fully fit left backs. I don't see anywhere else where Saka plays. So
Well, he ain't going to play left or right wing, is he? Even though he's got the talent, he's just not.
well,
He's
yeah,
just not going to get in there.
he's picked as a forward, i.e. a winger. But in terms of being versatile, I don't feel like he is that versatile. He can play, I don't doubt that. But in terms of there's other players much ahead of him. There's already 2 players ahead of him at left back. So, I mean,
But then
Yeah.
I still think he goes ahead of Watkins and Greenwood.
I think Greenwood might go.
I think Greenwood might go. I'm not against it.
What about Watkins? I'm not sold on Watkins. I don't really see what he brings to the party.
We always take 3 strikers, though, don't we? I don't see Rashford as a striker. I don't see Greenwood as a striker.
But they can play there. If
Yeah, but they're not. But that's not where they played.
I don't think Watkins goes.
The way that we play is not with a winger as a striker. It's with a forefront centre forward.
Gareth
one?
might tell me Pep Guardiola.
Well, yeah. Look what Mikel did. Now that worked out.
Play
Yeah.
Foden, number 9.
That's why I just think he might. And the fact that he's already played in a qualifier and scored might. I know obviously it was nothing to shout about scoring in that qualifier, but yeah.
I still think he should get injured and Lord Bant should be in, but we don't all get
In terms of the sort of centre forward vision that I have, and Bamford were to go, then fair play. But I'm not sure I could part of him scoring 4 goals in a fucking Euros.
Why?
I
think
think
Beers
think-
everywhere.
I think we go with 2 centre forwards.
I hope
Yeah.
so. That means Watkins.
I think
I'll be happy.
Yeah, with Henderson not being fit and Maguire not being fit, I think we're going to have to take cover elsewhere.
Because I mean, the chart we'd be very unlucky for Kane and Calvert-Lewin to both get injured.
But then if Kane does get injured and you've only got Calvert-Lewin and you're losing the game, there's not much else you can do other than
Well,
change
you'd
it
have the
out.
likes of-
You
you'd
can't
have
chuck
the-
on.
yeah, you'd have the likes of, well, if Grealish ain't starting, you'd have Grealish to come on. You'd have possibly Sancho to come on or whatever.
Yeah. So let's go start 11 then, just as we're here. And we're going to Wembley.
We're
We
going to
are
Wembley.
the boys and we're going to Wembley.
Can't wait.
Look,
who's going first?
start 11. Go.
Okay.
Should we do that now or should we do that on our Euro preview show?
Whatever.
We'll do it now, and
I
then
forgot the schedule. But yeah.
we'll do it now anyway.
Go on then.
This is going on if these players are fit. So Pickford in goal. Walker right back. Shaw left back. Stones and Maguire, if Maguire's fit enough. If he's not, then Mings. Rice and Phillips, midfield. Mason Mount, Foden, Sterling, Harry Kane.
Is that what you think it'll be or what you want it to be?
If everyone's fit.
That's what I think it will be.
All right.
Go on, Brenton. That's your disputing.
I think it'll be exactly the same.
Foden and Sterling.
Get it in. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's how it would be, but we'll do what we want to be maybe on the next one. What we feel
I think
like.
Phillips has got a shoulder injury though, so he might not.
Oh, you think? Only because I told you the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
93rd minute injury or something. What a joke.
Okay, on the next one, we'll do what we would prefer maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll sort of give our sort of we'll go through each player and what we prefer. Because I'd quite like Sancho to play, but I mean that those wingers, each one of them probably deserves to play. So it's difficult, isn't it?
I will be upset if Foden doesn't start. When was the last time we had a bright talent like him come through? Rooney, probably.
It depends how rigid Gareth is going to be with his selection, isn't it?
Well, if Gareth doesn't play Foden at the Euros, Gareth doesn't deserve a job.
Yeah. Well, that is true. But
So there you go. But yeah,
yeah,
can't wait. Thanks for the good news, Liam.
Still got a tag in.
I haven't. I've got bingo wings, but no tags.
Brett needs to get himself a white one.
Yeah, Brett, you need to get one now.
Yeah,
Are you gonna get the new one, or
I'm going to get Croatia one.
I remember one of our other hosts started cheering for one. Anyway, we don't cheer for the opposition anymore. We're past that. Oh, I can't believe we're going.
Wow.
So yeah, if you could you look on my app, which I'll show you now. So I have to download the. Can you not see it?
No.
I can see your phone, but nothing else. Just tell us. You have to download the tickets. No, you can't see anything, mate.
So you go on your group stage, your matches, and it just says England, Croatia, your match. And yeah.
Perfect.
And yeah.
And if we had to choose out of the two games which one we wanted, that was it.
Yeah, but yeah.
So we've done a lot.
I've gone to a semi-final.
Oh yeah. And look, you never know, right?
We may not ever get this opportunity again to see England in Euros at Wembley. So.
No.
Yeah. Great.
Although I will be trying to go to 2024 in Germany.
Yeah.
If any of you boys want to join.
Yeah, so dearly in the balance, you have 2020 tickets relating to new stadium capacities have finished. We're happy to inform you that some, I only had one match, so of your tickets remain valid. To view your valid tickets, please log into the ticket portal.
I wouldn't have been surprised you come in here and went, oh, there's only 3. Sorry, Lockie.
We sent via, obviously, UEFA mobile ticket app close to the tournament in 5 days. Currently, the instructions are that we just have to take masks. There's no need to proof of anything currently, but obviously that may change. Obviously, over 30s now can have the jab. We're trying to sort out, but you have to book both at the same time, which I currently can't do. So I'll try again tomorrow and just keep trying. I was able to book Folkestone, but Folkestone's gone as an option now, so I'll just keep trying. Hopefully, in the next we've got 2 weeks, so hopefully in the next few days I'll get contacted to need to have the first one before we go.
Fingers crossed, mate.
In at least Dover. So otherwise, I'll hopefully get the first one sorted, but we'll see. But yeah, currently it doesn't say that you have to for Wembley anyway. I think other venues are being quite strict on it because obviously the UK's vaccination process is quite top notch, and they don't really expect you to. We will get a 30-minute window to enter the stadium. So that everyone doesn't just 20,000 fans don't just gather, because we're obviously all in one section, one section army. We're not just all around the stadium. But yeah, I've looked at train times, so I'll chat about that after.
Yeah. It's happening
because of the window. Maybe
that's my seat there.
Oh, I missed it.
That's your seat, Brett. Gracious Queen. Yeah, we're in.
Yeah. They've asked shades, shorts.
That's going to put it down, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know if I wear shorts in London when we're drinking, because things might fall out your pockets and you might not.
What, my mask?
No, your wallet.
Well, I tap my card.
Yeah, you might drop that.
Drop you.
You might lose your phone.
Nah, I won't do that.
You're going to lose your absolute senses when Harry Kane bags. The only person in the ground that won't be celebrating is Brett.
The most he's getting out of me is a golf clap.
Boy, when that beer's flying around Wembley, mate, and you're in your retro '96 kit, you will be celebrating.
Oh,
There won't be no two. There won't be no 2 meters.
Yeah, I look forward to it, boys. Should be good.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
I'm happy. I'm glad it's with you boys. Couldn't be happier. After all that waiting and all that disappointment,
Yeah.
we're going out of 20,000 people, which is not a lot, really. Let's be honest. So
Who's got a day off tomorrow to get down to Dover Priory and get 4 train tickets?
you can just book it
Not me.
online.
Yeah, but they don't do group save online, do they?
Yeah, it's cheaper. I'll let you know. Oh, I've already obviously been investigating, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Right, well, Premier League is finished.
It's time for this.
Playoffs coming up, which have also been pretty decent, to be fair.
The Barnsley. Oh wait, no. Sorry, I had to put that in.
Brentford or Swansea? Who do we want? Who do we think?
Brentford.
Brentford and Brentford, but I'm not hugely convinced.
Okay. Yeah, I think Brentford.
At the back.
I want Brentford to do it, and I think they'll probably do it this time. Be interested to see them in the Premier League and what sort of business they'll do.
They'll be the
So-
smallest club in the Premier League since Barnsley.
Right, you can stop battering them now. So, lucky thing, City, Chelsea, Brett thinks Chelsea. I'm still 50. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. I'm still not convinced. I haven't been convinced for a while. It could go either both ways of what you say. City could bottle and it could be Chelsea, or City could just run riot. So let's see. Well, thank you boys for the great podcast for this season.
Loved it. Shout
yeah.
out to the Imps.
Shout out to the backroom staff for all they do. Obviously, it wouldn't be this podcast if it wasn't. So we thank them for everything that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Maybe we'll treat them to something in the new season. Look out for a giveaway next season, guys. We will be doing some form of giveaway just to sort of get our listeners involved and treat you guys for following us. We always appreciate it. We couldn't have obviously started it and been without you guys. The predictions has been massive. All of you boys getting involved and following us. Shout out to Brownie. Thank you, sir, for getting involved. But most of all, yeah, thank you for you two for keeping me going and being there. And 2 weeks, 3 days, we'll be on the train.
5 hours,
Been a pleasure,
Cool.
boys.
Be over by then.
5 minutes and 32 seconds.
Yeah. Well, much love. Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone.